I'm sure I've told you before, I wasn't always a taxi driver or a company director. I was an IT engineer, IT support engineer. And it seems like another lifetime ago now. It's about 13, 14 years ago I left there, something like that. Very simple was, company went bust. I ended up without a job. I didn't want to work in London. So I stayed home and drove a cab instead, and the rest, as they say, is history. Well, one of the nice things about the company that I worked for, the boss looked after you. And whenever there was a treat or a perk or something like that came in to the office, he always used to, share and share alike. And I remember one day, I got back to the office from being out on the road, and I got, Andy, can I have a word? And that kind of tone made me think, shit, I'm in for a bollocking, because that was the tone of voice he used to use. I sat down, and he said to me, how do you fancy going to Cape Town? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing all right. I'm not too bad, not too bad. Hope you're all okay. Let me know in the comments below. Well, yes, the answer to the Cape Town question was, of course, yes. And the reason I got that trip was because we were what was called an IBM reseller. We used to sell a lot of IBM servers and IBM workstations to businesses and go and install them and support them. And the guy that actually got awarded the trip, he didn't want to go for some reason, so they asked me instead. And I have to say it was one of the best experiences I can remember having. Obviously, next to getting married and having kids is no contest, but at that point in my life, it was the best experience. And that's what a lot of these companies tend to do. Reward people with extravagance, toys, holidays and all that sort of thing. But there's a time and a place for it, isn't there? Definitely a time and a place for it. I was sent this one earlier on by a long-term subscriber and a close friend of mine, so thank you very much, mate. And it was about a utilities company who decided to send 100 of their reps on an all-expenses-paid trip to the Maldives. Quite a pricey destination. It leaves a bit of a bad taste in the mouth where you've got companies, announcing record profits. Our costs are going up, and then you have representatives swanning off to the Maldives. It doesn't sit well, does it? Probably doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Well, the company involved, and I will name them because it's plastered all over the place, is Utilities Warehouse. Now, many years ago, I was a rep for Utilities Warehouse for a short amount of time, so I kind of ran it alongside my IT job just to make a few extra quid. And how it worked, they don't actually employ directly any salesmen, direct salesmen. They have what they're called representatives, and what they do, they will sign up for the products, broadband, gas, electric, they do it all. And the idea used to be that the more you signed up for, the cheaper everything became. You'd be happy with the services, and then you'd then refer them to your friends and family, and you would make a commission off of the monthly bills. Now, you would need to sign up an awful lot of customers to make anything meaningful. And according to Utilities Warehouse at the moment, it's most of their reps make somewhere in the region of around £700 a month if they do well at it. And Utilities Warehouse rely on this as their marketing strategy, referrals from self-employed reps. Now, where the rep makes the most money, of course, is when they get other reps underneath them doing that work as well, and they claim a little bonus off of their stuff. It's very similar to a pyramid setup, except everyone has equal opportunity to progress equally, whereas in pyramid style setups they didn't. And what they try and do to entice you to work harder and sell harder is dangle stuff in front of you, like holidays to the Maldives. Now, I did a Google search before I recorded this video, and I'm just curious. I wanted to know how much it cost per person for a trip to the Maldives. And you can see with one of these here, one of the things is £2,000 per person. That's at the conservative end of the scale. I've seen some of them £7,000, £8,000, £9,000 for some of the posher resorts and all inclusive. So whatever way you look at it, times it by 100, that's a lot of money. It may not be to Utilities Warehouse, but to anyone else it's a lot of money. I don't know what you think of this. I think the timing of it isn't great. Apparently one of the people who went on this trip said the timing wasn't great as well. It was originally planned to go in 2020, but with the pandemic, it put a scupper on it and it's gone now. Let me know what you think. I'm off. I'll see you soon with another. Toodaloo.